Hey guys, this is the Desert Admiral coming to you from the control room of my desert submarine here in sunny Las Vegas, Nevada. Yes, I'm very happy that it is sunny Las Vegas, Nevada because I just returned today from visiting our friends north of the border. Yes, once again, the Desert Admiral was in Canada. Went there at the end of October for a few days, was there for the first day or so in November. That actually makes 3 consecutive months. September, I was there, obviously, for Grasshoppers Invitational. Then I was there at the end of October and the beginning of November. Count them, 3 consecutive months. I was actually in Canada. That is a personal record for the Admiral here. So, but definitely very, very glad to be back here in Las Vegas. Today's video, magnetization. Some of you guys probably subscribe to Der Kunstler's channel or DK's channel. He's done a couple things on magnetization. I have taken that and then also taken some comments and some things and some ideas. Actually, one of those came from Sire Blood, who had unintentionally given me an idea. I was sitting there thinking about some things that he had told me when we were playing one day, and I thought, hey, this would be a great idea. So what in the heck have I done? I have magnetized ships, aircraft carriers, just like DK did, just straight from what he did. I have magnetized planes, straight from what he did. And but then I've taken it to a whole new level because I have magnetized everything. Well, not everything, like submarines I haven't magnetized, but I've magnetized all ground troops. I have magnetized a couple of other ships like transports because you tend to stack those. I have also magnetized ships. And I've magnetized them all around the same idea and concept that DK did. So let me show you some of the stuff I've been doing here. I'm going to pause this for a second so I can reorient it and show you my goodies. Okay guys, we're back. I have this awesome set of stuff right here for you. I also have my wonderful prop, this beautiful cardboard box that I am working with. No expense is spared here in the control room of the Desert Admiral. So what do I have here? I have a variety of things. So I have sort of tricked out my units a little bit. I have some planes that I'll hold up right here that you can see. They are not the standard planes that come in the out-of-box stuff. These are actually planes that I have bought from Tumbling Dice. They're a unit out of England. It's a website, Tumbling Dice, that you get stuff from. They're made out of pewter, so they have beautiful weight. They also have beautiful detailing. You can see these iron crosses that I put on them. These are just water slide decals that I got to trick it out a little bit further. So what I did, and this is just straight from DK's information. I'm going to try and hold this up close. You can see the bottom of this plane has a little small magnet that is in the very bottom center of it. What I did is I got a drill press and I drilled in the bottom of all of these metal planes and then super glued magnets in. The same holds for my other units. Now this beaut right here that some of you guys might recognize is a beautiful Graf Zeppelin aircraft carrier. This once again is not straight out of the box, as you can probably tell. This is a pewter aircraft carrier made out of pewter. And these beautiful ships come from Navwar online. Once again, this is a separate company. This is not the same company as Tumbling Dice. But coincidentally, this company is also out of the UK as well. Just beautiful detail of things. Here's the superstructure right here. Look at that. So I did the exact same thing with these. And once again, this is straight from DK's stuff. So thank you very much for DK for all the education. I'm sorry that I'm kind of wandering with my hand. But I just took my drill press and drilled, excuse my mouth, it's not really working that much. I drilled 3 holes. One the front, middle, and the back. Of course, the third hole is there in case we get a wonderful upgrade for super carriers. So you get 3 planes on the aircraft carrier. I'll show you the magnetization here and how well it works. Tank, I did the same thing. So this tank is straight out of the box. It's a little shinier because I went ahead and painted them. So what I did is I went ahead and put the magnet in the bottom, and then I went ahead and repainted the unit. So this is actually a semi-gloss spray paint, just normal spray paint that you would get from Home Depot or Lowe's or any other outlet that you would do. Okay, next I have an infantry. So this is just straight out of the box infantry. I actually haven't painted this guy yet. I tend to go ahead and paint them all, so once again I covered up, but you can see I drilled this at the bottom and has the magnet at the bottom. Anti-aircraft guns that tend to slide around and stuff, did the exact same thing. This has actually been painted with my semi-gloss black paint, spray paint. And this is a little bit harder to do, but I have a magnet at the bottom of this one too. This is a Stuka, just a little bit bigger than the other plane. Once again, I have a magnet at the bottom of this one. These babies, as you can probably guess, strategic bomber. These are beautiful, man. You can kind of get an idea of the scale of the strategic bomber with this chip. These babies are a little bit bigger than the out of box, but they are gorgeous. Once again, these bombers come from tumbling dice. So watch how well these work. First of all, we know the old drill from DK about the aircraft carrier and the planes. Just rearranging a couple things there. So I got the aircraft carrier there, and I got the plane. And this baby will just spam, stick right to it. I get my tactical bomber, which is just a little bit bigger, right here. And it snaps to. So, boom, snaps to. Like so. Hopefully you guys could see that. And yes, I can take my aircraft carrier and go vertical. And then we'll go inverted, like we're in Top Gun, you know, kind of inverted with a MiG kind of deal. Straight up, down, shake it a little bit, and these boogers are not going to come off. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, I'm going to put these planes right back where they were. Okay. So, in my game, I mean, typically, just like everybody else, I use the gray chip as a 1. The greens are the 3s. Reds are the 5s. And then the oranges are 10 for me. Now, you can see what I've done here. So, I've gone ahead and used my drill press, and I drilled a hole in each of my chips. And then I took the magnets, and by the way, these magnets are 3 millimeter by 1 millimeter. So these are really tiny magnets that DK had clued me into. If you're looking at where to buy these, you can buy them on Amazon, but one of the best places I found to buy them are through a company called Apex Magnets. And it cost like $5 and change to buy a whole stack of 100. So you get a crap ton of magnets for a really good price. So I typically, when I buy them, I'll buy like 500 magnets. I think the shipping and handling is like $3 or $5. So yeah, it's great. So watch this. So let's say we got a stack of German infantry coming in. You know, typically you have the stack of 11 German infantry there in Germany, I believe, if I remember correctly. So all you have to do is this. Bap! Instant replay. Watch this. I love these things. Bap. And boom, it sticks. Okay. So let's say we have a different stack. Okay, so we have the stack of 11 right there. Beautiful thing. I can take it upside down and just hold it by the chip also, and it's not going to come off. It's really, these magnets are really strong, guys. And of course, you know, we're not going to be complete unless we have our tanks, you know, come rumbling in towards Moscow. Watch out, Stalin, as we cruise on to Stalingrad or maybe Moscow, depending on where we're going first. Get that bonus down in Stalingrad. So let's say we have a healthy stack of tanks coming in, right? So we got the tank that's 1, obviously. And then we have a 1. Boom! Look at that. Okay. And then we have another three more tanks coming in. Bam! Look at that. So now we've got represented here 5 tanks. And of course we don't want to hide our chips, so let me go back to this. You know, a lot of people like to have the big chips on top, so we gotta have the big red chip on top right here. Sorry, I had that upside down. So now we got 6, 8, boom, boom, 9. There we go. Bring it close to the camera, and we have all 9. And the thing that, I mean, obviously, what makes it really nice is you get all these pieces on the board, and say this is in West Germany or whatever. All you gotta do is reach down and grab the infantry up, and boom, same thing. You know, so you know you tend to kind of move things around. You know, when you're picking up the chips and things are sliding, all I have to do is just come here and pick up the tanks. Boom, just picked up a stack of 9 or 8, 9, 10 tanks, just like that. Love it. Okay. So, you know, for those guys, for you guys out there, and gals, if there's gals, I don't want to leave you gals out of there. Although there's not a whole lot of you, I'm going to move the tank and stuff. I'm going to move these over to the side. Sorry if this is a little bit disjointed. I'm not a master storyteller over there. I'm going to go ahead and put these planes on the carrier. Boom. Boom. And move those over to the side also. Like that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. You know, I think one of the pains in the butts are these anti-aircraft gun things. So it depends on how many you have and where, but say you're just going to combine some up. So I'm going to just grab that. Bam! So there's 4. Let's grab one more for 5. So we have the 11 infantry, the 10 tanks, and the 5 anti-aircraft. So I just grab them, take them off the board, do whatever I want with them. Throw them at somebody if I get mad because I'm losing. Okay. And speaking of stacks, we're never stack complete unless we have a good dark skies going on. So let's make our enemies tremble with fear. So there's 6. Let's do the 8. And then the 9. Boom! All right. Fear the dark skies. Yeah, I got to make the noise, guys. Yes. That's what you get with my channel. You get some sound effects as well. So just I'm going to grab a couple more pieces out of my box. Oh, by the way, I got to show you this beaut. This is the Bismarck. Okay, not that I'm going to be chipping this thing probably, but this is also one of the nav warships. Just to compare what it's like to the out of box piece. So there's the Bismarck out of box in the front, and then the Bismarck in the back. Beautiful. I mean, look at this detail on this thing. I'm gonna try and hold it up to you. Look at that detail on the guns and everything, and then the superstructure. Kind of hard for me to get a good angle here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Sorry for that. But these ships that Navwar produces, these are amazing. Amazing. I'll give credit. It was which it was my friend here in Las Vegas. For some reason, his name's escaping me. Marine. Goodness gracious. The guy that finished third. I feel terrible that I'm forgetting his name, but so shouldn't have brought it up. My old failing memory is getting to me. So yeah, we'll just do a couple more things here. So let's get some more chips out. So just grabbing more chips. So I've got some artillery right here that I'm going to be bringing in. Boom. So there's 5 artillery. And we got some mechs as well. So let's get our mechs on the roll. I think I'm going to bring in a red chip for the mechs. So I'm going to put the mechs right there. Make sure we get that in the camera. See if we got this the right direction or not. We did. We got lucky. So there's 6 mechs. Whoops. Opposites. Boom. Okay. So there is an array of my units with chips underneath them. So yeah, what I did is I drilled them, and I'm going to take you out in a minute to show you how I did it. So, but one thing before I did it, for some of you guys, or before I show you, for those guys, for you guys that have not seen DK's video on magnetization, and I'm going to move these guys in the back real quick here. For all the LAN units, it doesn't matter which way you put the magnets, because you just flip a chip over one way or the other and then you're good to go. But with aircraft carriers and planes, it definitely matters, because magnets have 2 sides, and you don't want to get the same side of a magnet on the bottom of a plane and then that's beneath the carrier, because then they will repel each other. In fact, I did that accidentally on one of my carriers. So I take the plane, it's on the front of my carrier, it's one of my Japanese carriers. I put it down and whoop, there goes. The magnets work very, very well. They repel each other. So, there's, for me, the way I ended up doing it was this. I got a Sharpie, and these magnets, these 3mm by 1mm magnets, come in a stick of 100, and they're about, I don't know, yay tall or so. And what I did is I just took a Sharpie, a black Sharpie, and I marked one side of all of the magnets, the same side. So what I did is I took a Sharpie, and I would mark one side of that magnet with a black Sharpie, and then I would take that magnet and I would move it to the bottom, and then I'd mark the next magnet on the top, and then move it to the bottom, and that way, what I would do is, for example, I'm going to just use a chip as an example here. I would mark, say, well, actually, it'll be easier with an aircraft carrier to show you. I would take, so this magnet that's in here, what I always did is I always had black showing, okay? So the bottom of this magnet would be black, okay? The same thing would apply to my aircraft carriers. The bottom side of the magnet would be black. That way on the top, you have silver, for example, okay? So, the top that's inside here is silver. And and the bottom is black. Okay. All right. So having said that, I'm going to take you outside. Actually, but before we go outside, what I want to just tell you, I have a setup in my garage. It's nothing fancy. I'm not any kind of huge, woodworker or machinist or anything like that. The stuff I've learned is just kind of by experimenting a little bit and watching some videos. I went to Home Depot or Lowe's, and I bought myself a drill stand, a drill press for about $100 US, and then started doing this. You can buy like a Dremel drill, but it's not real good because you're sitting here with a plane in your hand, especially if you get the metal ones. But even the plastic ones are problematic. These things are so small that you're sitting there with this Dremel tool. I'm kind of trying to estimate how big it is, and you're pressing down, and your hand is shaking. Both hands are shaking a little bit, and before you know it, you've screwed up one of your planes. So I recommend getting a drill press.